Well, the normal fare would be to do a read-through, which is generally regarded as an ordeal that everybody has to go through, but it is actually useful just to hear the play aloud for the first time all together as a group, and you realise it's a group experience, and that we're all there together to try and tell that particular story. So actually they do have their uses, even though you are racked with tension, and they can be quite fun.
I mean, the read-through is usually is quite nerve-wracking, but on the other hand, you do discover things just simply by doing it, which is great. Get to see who's in the company, get to hear it, and also you've probably read it a couple of times before, so it's quite nice just to break the ice. I think it's an unconscious experience. As long as you're there and ready in the rehearsal room to try anything on that day, then I think things emerge, and it really is a symbiotic experience.
We played a lot, and we tried things out, and without having then tried something, say, okay, we'll try this way. Having tried it, we didn't say, well, that's not right, or that's not useful. We said, okay, now let's have another look at it a different way. And then we had them all those things available to us, and we could cherry pick, or we could go down a certain avenue for a certain length of time, and then decide to revert to a different line of investigation. So it was always playful and always creating new ideas.
Het volta nostra, ipse nunc surgat nobis decatus Mephistopheles!
This has been singularly the most difficult play to learn in terms of line learning. And it's not that I haven't played lots of big parts or leading parts before, haven't carried performances before, but I'm not entirely sure why it is. My mother would suggest it's because of the evil nature of the play, and that I should say a decade of the Rosary to help me through learning the lines. Actually, what it is to do is you think it's going to be like Shakespeare because it's in Elizabethan verse, and then you realise that the syntax is much more complicated than Shakespeare. So it's a difficult syntax to learn, and the imagery is incredibly dense, much more poetically dense than some of the great Shakespeare plays.
Leaving aside these vain trifles of men's souls, tell me.
Well, the first thing that struck me about Paddy, that he was very dedicated to what he was doing, and he did, even though he probably wouldn't say it. He did seem to have a very clear idea of what direction he wanted to go in.
He's very easy to play with, Ian, you know, and he's got a twinkle in his eye anyway. So, and he brings that to the stage. And also, what was great about rehearsing in this play was that actually the way it's written is that it's like there are 3 different types of play, or 4 different types of play, in fact, within the one overall play. So each act has a completely different atmosphere, and therefore it's entirely possible to abandon all sense of good taste that you might retain at this stage, and just
preferable.
go for it.
Yeah,
in fact, essential to do so.
Yeah.
And have fun, and we did. So we had a lot of fun, and there was a lot of kidology went on.
Nunc surgat nobis decatus Mephistopheles!
In the tech, sometimes it's hard to see what it's like. Of course, you see people's costumes and they look fantastic, you know, and you could tell that the costumes were really ravishing and detailed and really grand, beautiful materials and great workmanship, and love had gone into the making of them. But actually, you don't necessarily get an overall idea of how the thing looks. But because there is some technical magic in the show, the magic consultant took some film of some of the sequences, and he replayed it to me. And actually, what was most striking was how the whole thing looked, you know, and how ravishing it looked. The colours of the lighting in combination with the costumes, in combination with the set, and then also the pictorial composition that Toby had arranged for that space. It was just, you could tell it looked really, really beautiful, and that was like really impressive. And of course, that galvanised you even more. It's a great stage for storytelling, and you are available to the audience all the time, and they are all equally available to you. So the rapport and relationship between performer and audience in that theatre is by far the easiest in the whole country.
There's always a sense of fun and special about the dress rehearsal and then the first preview or whatever, because it is showing your work to other people and see what kind of reaction you get. And it is, I mean, you always forget, you know, it's not just about us, it's about the audience as well. They're the third person in the relationship, and they and us make an agreement to suspend their belief for 2 hours, to say that I'm going to be Mephistopheles for 2 hours and Paddy's going to be Faustus, and we're going to show you this story. And they go, okay, we'll believe in that, so let's all, you know, collude in that fact. I think it's a real audience show, and I think it does need an audience. And it's lovely to play with an audience now, you know. We're discovering things now that we wouldn't have discovered in rehearsal without an audience. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's been great, you know, I'll never work with him again.
I've already had a word with my agent about it, so we won't talk about this anymore.